Son debuts, and he fits right in. Welcome news for all of LAFC. Hello and welcome. This is LAFC Plus. What is it? Episode, holy cow, 68.
68, baby, yes.
68 of LAFC Plus. He is Mario Ruiz. I'm Dave Denholm. We are part of the radio broadcast team for LAFC. Welcome in. And I got to say, welcome in, Mario, to a lot of new people. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people checking out LAFC lately, and we make no bones about the fact has nothing to do with us. It has to do with Son Heung-min. And he made his debut, which by all accounts, you'd have to think was faster than just about anybody thought he would, right? He gets all the paper, they get all the paperwork done, and he comes in. They don't waste time debuting him, right? Three straight road games. It's the first of three. You're not going to wait long enough to have him play his first game at BMO, but that'll be coming up soon. So, yeah, get him in there. Why not? He's a professional. He's in shape, Mario, and what a debut. He fit right in.
Oh, yeah. And you said a lot of new people, watching the podcast, listening to the podcast. Let's get to know each other. Dave and I were around the team a lot, so I'm going to throw out our handles, our social media handles. I am Mario Ruiz on TikTok, Instagram, and X. Dave, if you want to give out your handle so people can start following you as well.
Pretty easy on X at Talk Soccer. And on Instagram, pretty easy, I guess, too. Dave_Denholm, my name. So Dave _ Mark Denholm. You can find us all there on our socials. And we do appreciate that. Certainly welcome to everybody who's black and gold. And Son Heung-min is black and gold, Mario. And it sounded a little bit like this on the radio when he checked in for the first time.
So David will exit and Son Heung-min will come in. The number 7 for LAFC for his first ever appearance for the black and gold after that record transfer. And Son and David shaking hands on the sideline there. And here he is. 10 seasons with Tottenham Hotspur. Just a dynamic player and what a legend. And he is in for the black and gold, his first appearance. And the crowd is buzzing.
Yeah, they were. The Sonny Effect is happening, Dave, right in front of our eyes, and it's really fun. It's like an exciting time here. If you're an LAFC fan, you see the stories all over social media now, which is really cool to see. The LAFC merch that is just flying off the shelves, flying off the internet, and he's the most sold jersey in all of sports in the world right now since joining LAFC. So just his presence in the locker room as well. Like, it's everything combined. What he does on the pitch, everything combined is just what we're seeing right now. And that grit that he has, from the game, you saw his eyes, that fight, that want to win, all that is happening and it's taking LAFC to the next level. And it's something unique because this doesn't come very often. Only the special players can do stuff like this.
Yeah, it's a very good point, and he is one of those few, frankly. I mean, sometimes you get one or the other. Great player on the pitch, doesn't really move the needle off of it. That just happens sometimes. I mean, it just depends on – you never know about these things. Then there's also people who move the needle off the pitch or off the field that aren't any good, quite frankly. They're not that good. They just happen to be a social media presence or something, just for other reasons.
Yeah.
Son is a legend. And legends are the ones that are great on the pitch and are awesome off the pitch, too. And so we love the fact that he joined LAFC, no doubt about it. We talked a little bit about that, what happened in his first match, and 30 minutes off the bench, basically. 30 minutes, he comes in. You heard the intro there, subbing in for David Martinez, basically like for like there. He does really kind of played more in the middle as Nathan kind of went outside, which wasn't unexpected necessarily. Looked lively, looked prepared physically, certainly, Mario. We talked about that. He went through, training camp, went through, training with Tottenham Hotspur before, getting in, playing friendlies with them, in fact, the huge one in South Korea, his send-off. So he was ready. I loved what I saw, Mario, and I'll get your opinion on that too. Made some very smart runs. Really smart runs, small things, stuff that you're really looking for out of the best players. And it just shows. And I loved his skill and his brains. The combination there is a deadly thing with Son. And it always has been with him. He's a smart player with the skill. I can't wait.
I mean, he has it all. He has it all. I know. And all this talk about, the long travel in MLS and the weather and the heat compared to like the Premier League and stuff, all that had nothing on Sonny in his debut. He got right to work. I mean, what a debut for him. His first touches were solid. He had that cut down speed. There was a loose ball that really was closer to a Chicago player, and he actually got the steal, got to the ball first. I was very, pleasantly surprised how fast he was on that one. And then, he just tracked the ball down so easily. He had a bunch of good touches with Nathan Ordaz as well. And you just see that the game was in the balance, but he wanted to come out with that win. He wasn't going to take anything less. And he was cheering the guys on. And even when Denis got the goal, he went and got the ball out of the back of the net. He's like, let's go, guys. Let's go. Let's get this win. So it's good to see that.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you're just maybe a new to the podcast, LAFC Plus, you're new to LAFC, if you're watching on YouTube, which a lot of people listen, whether it's SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen to your podcast, some people watch on YouTube. You can find us on the LAFC page at YouTube. Subscribe over there, leave comments. We appreciate all the people who have done that. If you're watching on YouTube, you just saw my light burn out, and Dave Denholm is technologically illiterate, so I don't know what happened with my light over there, but it's okay. No big deal. That doesn't really do me much good anyway. But and some other things I wanted to chat about, Mario. How does he fit into this lineup? What's his best spot? I have a kind of an answer that sounds like I'm kind of being, obtuse with it. His best spot is wherever he wants to go and wherever he is really on the pitch. And that's what I mean that because the flow was there. He was kind of going out to the left. He was coming over to the right a little bit. He was in the center. Ordaz and he would kind of mix it up. Denis and he were trying to get on the same page quickly over there, kind of mixing up their position. So it's a free-flowing kind of attack. It always has been for LAFC up front, really. I mean, Denis likes the left, so he's kind of been out there more. David coming in from the right. Ordaz, plays well in the center, but they can all interchange. So it's wherever he shows up is his best spot for me because that's just how good he is.
I love the fact that Cherundolo had him up top, up in center right there right in the middle of the attack, right? Because he's going to get his chances and he's going to bag a lot of goals because he has the skills and the talent to do that. But like you said, all these guys, Bouanga, Ordaz, David Martinez, Son, they're all interchangeable. And Steve loves that. He encourages that. And we see that all the time. We see Denis, he'll be on the left, he'll be on the right. Ordaz, they'll switch. Same with David Martinez. So Sonny's going to do a lot of that too. So it's going to be exciting. It's going to be dangerous. It's going to be tricky, confusing for opponents. But it's a good thing for LAFC, and it's an exciting thing just to see them interchange like that. It's fun to watch.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And he'll also start working well with the midfielders. They'll get more comfortable. You might even see David or Nathan Ordaz. Really, when Ordaz sprung the play that Son read and got the foul, the PK called, Ordaz was kind of deeper back because they were defending for their lives. And Ordaz kind of started that play pretty deep, compared to where most forwards are going to be sometimes. And Son read that perfectly. Let's listen to that one. This is from the radio call that I had on the 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app. This is the kind of the whole play. It starts with really Chicago, frankly, nearly scoring.
Kuipers around, Lurie still loose, off the post from Gutierrez and out. Oh my goodness, back up to midfield to Ordaz. Ordaz laying it in run of Son. Son into the area, taken down by Carlos Turan. The ref says play on. He won the ball back to Brady. Son can't believe it. End-to-end action here.
Yeah, and it turned out, of course, VAR checked it. It was a foul. So Son was right to protest that, and they get the PK. Denis Bouanga buries it, and it ends up 2-2. Here's my question to you, Mario. Some 2-2s, not all games are equal, regardless of the scoreline, right? Some draws feel like losses. They feel like wins sometimes. LAFC did come back in this match, being down 2-1 after the Jonathan Bamba thunderbolt that made it 2-1 Chicago late.
What a goal that was. It was a team goal. The passing that led up to that goal, and then he roofed it. What a goal. Just got to give them their props on that.
It's either teams play their best against us, or what are these teams doing in these other matches? Like, Chicago looks very good. Right? How are they, they're average. They're basically a 500 team. I guess they give up a lot of goals, in fairness, so I just answered my own question. But you're right. They just move the ball well. Offensively, so dangerous. So many weapons up there. I mean, we talked about it before the game, during the match, and after. I mean, they're just they're kind of loaded offensively, really. That I don't say that lightly, because Zinkernagel and Bamba have been great signings. Kuipers was a great signing last season.
Zinkernagel was amazing. He was causing all kinds of issues. That's a good
everywhere.
player.
Yeah, he goes back to deep in the midfield. He's really a forward but I mean, he can set up people. Has over 10 goals. You know, he had 10 assists, 10 goal, or now 12 assists. I think he had 2 assists in this match. So, yeah, but how did you feel afterwards? And now you had some time to think about it. Was that a 2-1 or 2-2 game that you feel good about? Or is it, obviously the Son debut and the way he played is a positive, certainly. So
that's what it is.
Game. But
that's what it is.
I mean, is it really like it's a positive because of what we see going forward now? Because the game itself, the result, maybe not what we're hoping for, frankly, because Chicago's not a great home team. We got to start racking up some wins. Yeah.
So I think Son will tell you that, it was maybe a bad result because he wants to win, and rightfully so. Of course, every time you want to go out there, you want to go for the win. But I think it was a 2-2 was well-deserved. I think the game was very exciting. Yeah. Chicago didn't really have too many chances. The chances they did have, they buried them. So give them their respect and their props on there. But yeah, I think it was a fun match. We saw Sonny make a debut. 30 minutes is a good chunk to debut without training one session with your brand new team. He played well. He combined well with some players. So yeah, I think it was a positive for sure. And everybody came out feeling pretty positive.
Yeah, I agree. You definitely have so many positive things to take from it. You didn't lose. First of all, you battled back. He got those minutes, as Mario said, gets involved and really showed a lot. Obviously, we weren't expecting any different, but it is good to see right from the jump, that he was ready to go. So there's no build-up time necessarily in terms of he's really physically ready to go. We talk about racking up points on the road. Where the LAFC have, not been great. They haven't lost a ton of the road. They're just getting a lot of draws lately, which aren't terrible, obviously. Not terrible results, but trying to rack up points because you're going to get them at BMO. LAFC are very tough at home, so they've got that going for them. But we have a lot of road games coming down the stretch here, too. We only have 4 home games left. So it is imperative. And if you're talking about this next match as we look ahead at New England, this is, again, a game we got to feel like we can get 3 points, certainly. New England are okay, if I'm being kind, but this is a team you can beat.
Yeah, and it's another one on the road, right? And LAFC, of course, they felt the love for Sonny, and I think this is what's going to happen every time he's on the road is the fact that he comes on the pitch and they start clapping, right? And these stadiums are going to be packed. Chicago hasn't been packed like that in a while, and I think Ryan Hollings was saying something about that. He hasn't seen Chicago, that stadium, so packed like that. But this is what's going to happen in New England as well, and Sonny's going to get the love from the fans. And I love the fact that he knows that he has to go out there and perform and give the fans what they want, because he said that it's not for free. Supporting somebody is not for free. That's what he said. And it makes total sense, right? If you're a player, it's a struggle. It's a sacrifice for families to obviously buy the tickets to get the family together or to get a babysitter or whatever it is. It's a sacrifice. It's not for free to go out and support somebody. So he's going to go out there and he's going to perform on the road, which is very exciting for everybody out there. And of course, a lot of road matches coming up here for LAFC. So it's going to be tough, like you say, to turn these draws that are getting kind of frustrating, turn those into wins, because that's 2 points that you're dropping whenever you are picking up these draws. It's not a loss. A draw on the road, some people can accept that, but once it's too many, then it starts to get, you don't really like those too much. So let's start turning these draws into wins, and there's a lot of chances coming up for LAFC on the road.
Yeah, I always kind of go back to the simple math. Everybody used to say, a draw on the road, 1 point is a good result.
Yeah.
Good result.
Right.
Well, you have 17 road matches. If you drew every one of them, that's 17 points. That's awful for 17 games. Yeah. That's not good. I don't care if it's on the road. You draw every one of them, and what you're going to tell me is a great road season that you had? No. And quite frankly, it's another game where the home team really is terrible at home. Like New England's actually been a little better on the road, like Chicago. New England at home this year, 3 wins, 7 losses, and 2 draws. I mean, that's just, you have to win. They're just they're not a bad team in terms of defense. They don't score a lot, but the games are tight. They've allowed 35 goals this year, but they've only scored 33. Now, that's not to say they don't have a few weapons. Carlos Heel, Leo Campana must be stopped. Like, they must be
those two
for.
Dangerous. Mm-hmm.
Very dangerous. And maybe they don't have a whole lot else, frankly, but you have to account for them because they can sting you in a lot of ways. But it's a team that plays tight games. They just haven't gotten a lot of wins at home. And Mario, I guess that's the point. You have to take advantage of that. Might we see Son start? We don't know. We're not leaking anything here. There's no breaking news. Maybe, but we know he's going to play a big part of that. No question about it. But how does this affect Nathan Ordaz and David Martinez going forward too? Because you have to be realistic about it. Son needs those minutes. He's going to start. Now, it may not be Saturday this week, but he is a starting. I mean, there's just it's 100% correct. There's no two ways about that. He's ready to go physically, and he's going to be starting as soon as possible. And of course, Denis Bouanga is going to play every minute he possibly can, and rightfully so. So that means one spot is available. Signing Son has kind of been a blessing in so many ways because of the Jeremy Ebobisse injury too. Not comparing them as players, but that you lose out on whatever minutes Ebobisse was going to be able to give you because he's got that injury now. So we needed, certainly a forward to kind of take over some of those minutes. Now Ordaz and David can kind of, you don't have to be playing 90 minutes every game with really no backups, essentially, So this is actually good. It's a good time for everybody to really get to peak physical condition heading into the playoffs. And I think that's going to help both those young players.
Yeah, one of those players, of course, Nathan Ordaz. I had a chance to talk to him. He's one of those players that you're mentioning. What's going to happen with him? What's going to happen with this starting lineup? Is Son in there? Is David in there? Is Nathan in there? But I had a chance to talk to Nathan, who was one of the players that really connected well with Son on a couple of those chances, a couple of those plays. So here's my chat with Nathan Ordaz earlier at the training facility. Right away when Sonny came on the pitch for his debut, those first 30 minutes, it seemed like you were the one connecting with him pretty well. Did you expect to connect with him that well? How would you describe your connection with him in those 30 minutes?
Yeah, I think when you make good runs, and if I see it, then I'm going to try and play it. And I think he made a lot of good runs, and he was open. So, he was open, and that's what I'm going to play the open guy. Yeah. So I think, I think we had a good little connection and some plays, and he helped me look good. I think I helped him look good. And, hopefully we could keep doing that and, hopefully get goals and assists for each other.
Now it's going to be 3 straight road games to start this Sonny era here at LAFC. If you can count, any type of story, any type of funny situation on the road, his first road trip with you guys, how did that go?
Let me think.
Or how was he?
He's a very happy guy. He's very smiley, and I think he just brings a lot of experience and intensity and leadership to the squad. At least for me, he's been more of a leader. He always tries to bring me up in scenarios, and if he could give me a little tip, I'm happy to hear.
Now, you did get a close look at Sonny in those 30 minutes, really close look at him. What were some of the things that you saw that make him a dangerous player?
Yeah, I think his movement off the ball is amazing. I think you can see runs. He's going towards the goal, and I think the intensity of it is what also is, he's different level. He's not just running a run. He's, running with intent and with, intensity.
Yeah. Now, a player of Sonny's level, he's going to make the whole team better. But for you personally, in which ways is he going to make Nathan Ordaz better?
I think in a lot of ways. I think I can learn from how he moves. I can learn from, his decision making, how he touches the ball, and I can learn from a lot of things. I think he's a great player. I mean, he's one of the best forwards in England for who knows how long, and that's the best league in the world. So I'm happy to learn. I'm happy to see him and play live, play next to him. Playing next to him is a challenge in itself. That he tests me by the runs he makes or by the decisions that I have to make quicker or this and that. And I'm excited to hopefully get better from it.
Yeah, we're all excited to see more. Thanks for the time. Good luck against the Revolution.
Yep, thank you.
That is Nathan Ordaz talking, of course, about the latest signing, Son Heung-min, and just his effect on that. I like what he said, too. It kind of forces other players to get quicker and get better, whether they like it or not, because Son is going to play at that level. So you got to keep up, which, of course, they love, and you can tell Ordaz who's not exactly a guy. Nathan's not a kid who's going to be, like super, like, like he's very maturing and kind of, he's kind of opening up to, talking to you a lot more in the media and doing well with that. But he's kind of reserved. He's not going to be like just a absolute like ray of craziness or anything. He doesn't get out of control in terms of his interviews. He's very, very smart about it. But I like what he said there. You can see him kind of getting excited.
Yeah.
At least I could tell. I know you can.
Yeah, I can tell too.
You talk to him all the time. Like there's something different about that interview. Like it's just, you can tell he's excited about playing with Son Heung-min. And
David, I was listening to I was listening to Steve Cherundolo, matter of fact, today talk also, and he was talking about how the players, they wear these like monitors on their chest, like a bra looking thing that has like so they get the numbers of like how how fast they run and how far, how much they run and their speed and everything. So they're saying that Sonny is like, he's like got the highest on the team already. Like his work rate is just so high. So he's already setting the bar, and like he's telling like the players like, you guys got to get on his level, and that's just one of the ways that Sonny just helps the rest of the team and everybody else to get better. And then one of the other new faces here is Matthew Choinière. He's from Canada, from Switzerland, from Grasshopper. He's over here with LAFC now, and he's got to start in the last game, and he's been able to get some minutes, and they're integrating him into the team. And I had a chat with him as well. That was pretty cool to talk with him and get to know him. And here's that chat with him. You from Montreal to Switzerland with Grasshopper, now back to MLS with LAFC. What are some of your personal goals here during your time here with the Black and Gold?
I'm just very happy to be here. I know it's a club that wants to win everything. Every competition that they play, they want to win it, and that's the club that I wanted to be in, and I'm very grateful to be here. And my goal here is to help the team, help my teammates, help the club to win something. Make the job for my teammates on the field easier, and obviously play the most minutes that I can.
Now, you did spend some time in Switzerland. Can you tell me about your time on and off the pitch? What was that experience like living out there, playing out there in Switzerland for Grasshopper?
Yeah, it was a good experience. Yeah, I learned a lot about the playing style that I want to play, the way that I want to play also, and I learned a lot about myself also on and off the pitch. It was a bit, not a shock, but it was different going there. The European life, I can say, the Switzerland life, and a new league coming from Montreal, MLS, to go to another league. It was different. I learned about it, and now coming back to the MLS right now with LAFC, it's, like I said, it's a pleasure, and can't wait to give my all on the pitch.
Now, for LAFC fans still trying to get familiar with your game, how would you describe your game and what you bring?
I'm a guy that's gonna run a lot for the teammates. Box-to-box midfielder that try to defend the most as I can and attack. So yeah, basically that's it. Good on the ball, try to keep the ball, playing style, and of course, why not assist and start scoring goals when I can.
I talked to your head coach just a couple of minutes ago, Steve Cherundolo, and I talked to him about you, and he said that he loves your intensity and the energy you bring here on the training pitch. Where does that come from? Where do you get that grit from?
I think it's just the way I play. It's just the way I am also. When I'm on the pitch, I want to give it all, bring energy. My main thing is to make the guy next to me better. And by bringing this energy, maybe he's going to save it. And if I pass it to him, then he can go to goal or things like this. Yeah, so I like to run for the guys next to me. So basically that's my playing style, we'll say. And yeah, for sure on the ball, I like to have connection with the guys and build something.
Now, one of your newest teammates, of course, Sonny, he makes the whole team better. But for you personally, how does he make you better?
It's every day. I watch him. We all know his career. He's coming here in the training center. He's first to arrive. He's doing the gym session. On the pitch, he's always 100%. And by watching him, you're learning, and you see his work ethic. Mm-hmm. And it's crazy that a guy with his career like this is coming like this every single day. So me, just looking at him, I'm learning a lot.
Now, competition here at LAFC on the training ground is very high. Competition with the Canadian national team, very high. As the World Cup approaches next year, what's your mindset right now?
That's perfect. I don't want to be in a situation where I'm comfortable and I feel like I'm not growing. I think the main purpose is to grow every day. And that's what I'm trying to do. I know there's very good midfielders here. I play with them. They make my life easier. So, that's what I want to do. I want to play the most minutes as I can to arrive in the national team and feel comfortable. Also play the most minutes as I can over there. And hopefully going to the World Cup in 2026.
Good luck here with the LAFC. Thanks for the time, Matt.
Thank you very much.
Really good dude right there. And you can see with his answers, he's just a really serious guy and really wants to win. And he has that grit and that high intensity that Steve Trundle was talking about in training, which I love to see. But I was asking him about Sonny on the road trip. And I just wanted to get like behind the scenes of like what he was like, and I was talking to him and I was talking to Security Paul as well. Security Paul, shout out to him. And Paul was saying that Sonny's just one of the guys. He just wants to be one of the guys. He was like, usually when they go on the road trip at the hotel, there might be like a side entrance or a back entrance, and Sonny didn't want any of that. He's like, nope, I don't want any of that. I want to be with the group. I want to be with the guys. Sometimes there's fans at the hotel waiting for autographs, photos. He's like, yep, how many? Let's go over there. Let's go give them autographs. Let's go take pictures. So that was cool. And then he also was telling me, that in the locker room, because Sonny knew he was going to go into the second half. So he was talking to guys at the halftime, not giving instructions, but game planning and ideas and stuff like that. And one of the guys he was talking to was Nathan Ordaz. And so you saw some of that stuff come to life in the second half, which is cool.
Yeah, very cool. And I like what Matthew Chouanière said. I like his attitude, no doubt. He's a guy who brings a good fire, real fire to the game, a real kind of grit and determination, which we love. I mean, certainly he fits right in, no doubt about it. And I think he's going to have a great time at LAFC, no question about that. We do have to move on to Leagues Cup quarterfinals, which part of the plus of LAFC Plus here. The Leagues Cup, obviously between Liga MX and MLS, LAFC did not make the quarterfinals, despite 5 points or 6 points rather, and no losses. Two teams that LAFC played are into the quarterfinals from the Mexican side, the Liga MX side. So we'll talk a little bit about these matchups, Mario. On one side of the bracket, it's Miami Tigres. Nothing needs to be said about that matchup. That's going to be
potential
incredible.
Final right there. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, other than the fact that, LAFC beat Tigres, it's cool.
Yeah.
But,
Tigres could possibly win the whole thing, but LAFC beat them.
Yeah. But other than that, no doubt. Yeah. Toluca Orlando is going to be a very low key, amazing match, in my opinion.
I like teams. Toluca right now. Toluca's playing really good right now. So watch out for them.
Orlando's adding Orlando's low key, loaded.
Yeah.
If Luis Muriel wakes up, and he has lately, because he kind of took a long time to kind of get into the flow, Muriel's got the talent. He's got the pedigree. He's got the talent. We know that. Hadn't really clicked, but he's starting to, and look out with Orlando because Ojeda, Mario and I have always loved Ojeda. Martino, I mean, he is just so good, and he's been playing great for a long time, and they've got weapons, man. They really do. Ramiro Enrique, when Muriel wasn't playing great up front, he was, that's a good team. And Toluca is the best in Liga MX, in my humble opinion, right now. So that's not exactly a stretch to say that's going to be a low-key awesome match. Yeah. That side of the bracket, it's crazy. The other side maybe has the team playing the best in Seattle, taking out Puebla, who, is going to have their work cut out for them, bottom line. I mean, they deserve to be there. If you finish in the top 4 in your league, you certainly have a chance. Yeah. But Mario, Seattle's playing great. Galaxy Pachuca, another team LAFC played, of course, Pachuca. I think that could be the biggest mismatch if the Galaxy's not careful. I know Seattle's great, but they ran off LA Galaxy like they weren't even there in their last match in MLS. Pachuca could really hand it to the Galaxy if the Galaxy are not careful. And I'm not just trying to pile on. I think they're clearly the weakest out of the 8 teams left. But again, they got their way in. They deserve to be there. Who are you seeing, Mario, out of these 8 teams that you think really can win this thing?
I think on the Liga MX side, I think Tigres could probably come out and win the whole thing. They're a really talented group, always a powerhouse team. But then Toluca's just playing really, really well right now, and I think it's just their moment right now. So I would take Toluca over Tigres. So Toluca's my choice for the Liga MX side, and for the MLS side, I would go with Seattle. Seattle just loves to be in these type of tournaments. They know what it takes to win this tournament, these type of tournaments. They won big trophies before, so I think Seattle and Toluca, slight favorite over Tigres.
Mm-hmm. Now, I know he's injured. And we'll see how that all plays out, or has been injured. But one caveat, one kind of wild card is it appears and seems like Lionel Messi loves Leagues Cup. And I'm not saying that lightly.
Oh, yeah. He said it before. Yeah, he said it.
Again, we don't know how the whole injury thing is going to factor in, if he's, if he's even 100, all that, right? Not sure about that. But obviously, that's a wild card, certainly. I like your picks, though. I definitely think those are the ones I would go with as well. I think Seattle can certainly win it all, and I think Toluca might be the team to beat, although I'm with you that Tigres absolutely could win the whole thing. No question about it. It's going to be interesting. I mean, you got to finish in the top three. Look, you want to win. You definitely want to win, right? That's your goal, but you got to get in that top three. The tricky part is, and we've been there, is when you make the semis, because then you really, you so want to win the tournament, yes. But if you get that win in the semis, you are into the Champions Cup, So then, you go out and play, gung-ho for winning. You want to take it, give it everything you've got to try to win the thing. But in the back of your head, you've clinched that spot. You lose in the semis. You got that third place game just hanging over your head. And the tension in that, because, you do not want to finish fourth in the Leagues Cup. I mean, that is just brutal. To then lose those two last games because you're going out on two straight losses, essentially, or, you might lose in PKs, I guess, in fairness. But it's still a disappointment. You've got to clinch a Champions Cup berth if you're in the final eight. All these teams have to feel that pressure.
That's where I agree with Messi. He says that this is a very, very quick way to get into the CONCACAF Champions Cup, and he's totally right. You have 3 chances to get in there, and they're so close. All these teams are so close to getting there, so they'll all be gunning for it, and I agree with Messi. This is a good tournament to win a trophy and to get into the CONCACAF Champions.
Yeah. What I like about the whole format is, because everybody spends so much time on the format of the 18 Liga MX teams, 18. I get that. But the reason I love the whole format when you include the quarterfinals is that you have to win, whether it's phase one or now you've got to get yourself into the Champions Cup, right? So you got to win 2 matches somehow, not just one to get into semis. You haven't done anything yet. There's so much pressure to win in the Leagues Cup. I love that. And that actually has added so much to this tournament. I really believe that. And again, is it perfect with the 4 teams going through? No, it's not perfect. But on another level, too, when you even look back, Mario, look, if you finish 8th out of 18 and you get into the knockout stage, do you really have a beef if you don't make, the next, you're 8th out of 18? Are you really we should have made the knockout stage. There should be more teams in it. Well, okay, but theoretically, you could have been the 16th best team in the tournament. Is that really something to, do you really deserve a shot to win? You can't argue about it, let's say, right? I mean, if you get in the top 4, you've earned it, first of all. Now you got to really go play and still got to win. And really,
and I like these 4 matches here in the quarterfinals. Essentially, I like these matches. Miami Tigres is a good match that has potential to be a final in CONCACAF Champions and Leagues Cup or whatever. This is a good game. Toluca and Orlando, like you said, that's a very intriguing matchup with the way Orlando is loaded with talented guys, and Toluca is just winning everything right now for Liga MX, and Seattle, of course, and Puebla, Galaxy, Pachuca. These are good games, so I'm happy with the way it's turning out. Obviously, LAFC's not in there, but other than that, these are some good games.
Yeah, I agree. And now it becomes look, you can look at your side of the bracket. One of those teams is for sure going into the Champions Cup. Might as well be you. If you're Seattle, might as well be us. The way we've been playing.
That's what I was saying. If LAFC gets into the quarterfinals, whoever gets into the quarterfinals, you might as well win the whole thing. You might as well go for it.
Amen.
Yeah, it
And
changes
that's
everything.
another great factor. You got to keep playing and going after these games. You do not want to leave it to PKs. That's for sure, because anything can happen then. And
those are so entertaining. The fans been loving that in Leagues Cup. The people in the stadium, they love it. People on TV, they love it. Oh my gosh! But the PKs are so hard to watch. They're so hard to go through. They're so hard to win or lose that way. It's so odd the way that is. People love it. It's so entertaining as a fan.
Yeah, that's why I've never complained about it, because you have to end a match at some point, right? Like you can't play for 800 minutes in a quarterfinal, because then you'll never make it through the semi. Like you're going to lose the next match. Like you have to end it at some point. Okay, so PKs, it's not great, like in terms of the tension and all that, but people love that.
It's not fair.
Right?
It's not fair, but people love it.
But it is.
That's the word.
I mean, you got to you handle the pressure and handle your business, or you should have won the previous 90. That's a whole nother thing.
Exactly.
Try to win. And that's what makes it great. We got some big MLS games coming up the weekend too. If you are new to the league, obviously we're loving you coming in and checking out LAFC Plus and all the LAFC content all throughout our social media. I'll tell you what, there's some big games in MLS this weekend. I'm going to start with my pick. Mario always picks one as well. I wanted to watch Portland hosting FC Cincinnati.
It's a good one.
Because I want to see I want to see, Cincinnati to me, and I've been saying this for a while. I look up all the time. They seem to be right at the top. They seem hard to beat. And yet, I'm not completely sold on this team. I should be more sold with the talent they have. I know that sounds crazy because they are a great team. I'm not, it sounds like doublespeak, but I don't know that they're great enough to beat the great teams. The other really, and I'm not talking regular season. Don't give me all that. Mm-hmm. I'm not sold on this team yet going forward. I think a trip to Portland, tough place to go on that turf. Great fans, as much as I sports hate them. I'm looking at this game more about Cincinnati rather than Portland, because no matter what Portland's record is, it's hard to go win there. We know that. So I want to see what Cincinnati does in this match more.
I think Cincinnati could win the MLS Cup. I think that's how good I think they are. I know you've been having your little bit of a doubt all season long, and that's okay. That's okay, but I think they're really good. I think Evander.
Well, it's also the return trip of Evander. I didn't want to leave that out, by the way. That's one I really.
Yeah, I think Evander's that's the storyline right there. As possible, MVP candidate, and from what he said last year of, he wants to go to. He wanted to go to another team that has a winning type of, club. So that's not going to sit well with the Portland Timbers fans. And when he returns, I think they're going to let him know that they didn't like that. And so he'll get booed massively, which will just add to the storyline of the game, the excitement of the game, which is always cool to have storylines like that. So Evander, what is he going to have, like a couple goals? Is he going to have a game winner? What is he going to do over there in Portland? That's going to be pretty intriguing to watch. So it's a good one. And Portland missing some players. Santiago Moreno, right? Possibly going to Brazilian side. Is that done now? Okay,
don't quote me on that. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, it's like almost there.
There's some reporters out there saying it is, and they may well be 100% correct. But
Anthony's still dealing with his injury, so it's going to be tough for Timbers to welcome one of the top teams in the Eastern Conference that's really trying to get that supporter shield as well. So it's going to be a good matchup. I like that pick from you, Dave.
Yeah, that's great points, though, and what you're talking about with the Timbers. Maybe they can forget about Santiago Moreno in a way and focus all their energy against Evander in this return match against a great team. Yeah, they need to win. Let's be honest. Portland should probably worry less about revenge and let's just, or going after Evander in terms of getting a victory over him. I mean, that's good for the fans. This team needs a win. What's your pick for this week, Mario? What game do you want to see?
So I picked San Jose against San Diego FC. I think this is, for the storylines, is NorCal against SoCal. So that's a good storyline there.
Good one.
Potential derby atmosphere, I think. I mean, they're going to be seeing a lot of each other in the future, right? They haven't played each other yet. This is going to be the first time that they play each other. They're going to face each other a bunch of times in the future. And I think that they should kind of start some type of rivalry. If this gets off to, something heated, a good game, I think, which has a lot of potential, this is going to be a game. And I know Bruce Arena, he wants to play, San Diego, that first place team in the Western Conference. I know Bruce Arena has something up his sleeve, some type of tricks, a lot of experience. He wants to see what he can do against San Diego FC. And San Jose is like barely trying to hold on to that last and final ninth place playoff spot.
Sure.
So that's another reason why San Jose is going to come out, trying to get the full 3 points against a San Diego team who's been pretty much dominating all season long and has not fell off, right? We've been all kind of like saying, okay, when are they going to taper off or when are they going to fall down in the standings? They're not. So this is interesting, and it's a Western Conference battle. So LAFC is trying to climb the table. So LAFC kind of needs some help from some of the other Western Conference teams. So let's see what San Diego does in San Jose.
Yeah, that's a very good pick. It's a very good pick for the neutral who doesn't really care about who wins, because these are two teams, not because of the rivalry, but there are times when two teams get together that the scoreboard might not hold enough goals on it, right? Like this could be 5-3, 5-4. Like anytime Portland plays, maybe LAFC Galaxy, forgetting the rivalry part of it, but it's just Chicago Fire versus anyone. There's goals to be had just in the style of these two teams and the way they want to play, and it's going to clash. But this could be like a 4-3 wild and crazy goal in the 89th minute winner. It wouldn't shock me in the least with these two teams. Yeah, I love that pick. That's a great pick for the neutral to maybe take a peek at that match, no doubt about it. Well, hey, look, we've got a big game that we're worried about, and we want to get the 3 points at New England Revolution coming up Saturday afternoon. Airtime for the pregame, 4 p.m. Pacific. Kickoff a little after 4:30, about 4:40 on the ESPN LA app only this weekend. Now, so if you're just joining, you're new, or maybe you don't even know about the ESPN LA app or don't listen that way. Maybe you listen to 710 ESPN for the radio call. The ESPN LA app can be, a great asset for you anywhere, anytime. Like just download it, click on one button, click on it, boom. And then you're going to hear the game, and you can hear it from all over. So anybody who's a new fan, maybe you've just come to become a member of the Black and Gold and you want to listen, download the ESPN Los Angeles app, ESPN LA app. Click on a button or two there, right? It's got an LAFC button, Mario. You know more about this than I do, and boom.
Yeah, it's super easy. It's really awesome. Easy. Just download the app, ESPN LA app, and then just click on it. It'll be right there. You'll be hearing LAFC versus New England in a matter of a second or two, so it's that easy. But yeah, I did a good interview with Steve Cherundolo as well earlier today, and that's going to air in the pregame. Like you said, pregame at 4 p.m. on the ESPN LA app. Should take us out, awesome. Right? That should be the end of the show, right, Dave? That's Dave Denholm.
Absolutely. Episode 68 in the books.
In the books, LAFC Plus. We'll catch you on the next one. Go Black and Gold.